Good day, everyone.
I was born and raised in Detroit. Growing up there, I saw people like me running things.
This is a courtroom, not a circus, so we're gonna calm down.
I'm sorry.
What I found there was a passion that I didn't know existed.
This is the bottom line.
I'm excited to free fall into the limitless possibilities with we the people. So many are fearful of the law. They think it's something that works against them.
I think you need to begin to accept responsibility for your mistakes.
We are the people.
Sienna Harmon claims she and her ex agreed to split the cost of anniversary tattoos, but he refused to pay his share once they were inked.
All rise.
Adrian Crawford says he was short of funds and thought his tat was a gift from the plaintiff.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lauren Lake presiding.
You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello, thank you, Sean. Good day, everyone.
Good day.
This is the case of Harmon versus Crawford. Ms. Harmon, you are suing Mr. Crawford for $385 for breach of contract. You say the defendant failed to reimburse for tattoo costs. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defendant, you say the tattoo was a gift from the plaintiff and you don't owe her anything. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, plaintiff, I'll start with you. Please tell the court why you're here.
I am here because my ex-boyfriend previously agreed to pay for something that he is now denying that he agreed to pay for. We began seeing each other about 14 months, Your Honor. About 2 years ago, we met at a mutual friend's birthday party. We had a very serious romantic relationship. We were very involved. We are both artists, so we took a lot of our passion and inspiration from each other. And on our 1-year anniversary, we decided to get tattoos that were drawn by each other for each other. And
1-year anniversary of dating.
yes, Your
You're
Honor.
going to get tattoos.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
That is because marriage and children is not something that we were looking for, so we decided
But you just get a tattoo.
Exactly,
Okay.
to kind of signify our commitment to each other in that sense.
And so what was the drawing? What did you get?
So if you wanted to examine the evidence I submitted.
I would like to.
Yes,
Thank you.
absolutely. I have that right here. So if you wanted to flip to your Exhibit A, you would first see an image of blue and orange flames. That is the drawing that was done for me. I have that on my right leg. And if you wanted to flip next is the paper airplane that I drew for him. When we were dating, we used to walk together and he would write me little poems and he would fold them into paper airplanes and throw them.
Oh, how romantic.
Yeah, so I thought that he would like that.
So you drew this airplane for him.
Yes.
And then who drew this other one for you?
He did, Your
Oh, he
Honor.
did. So you all decided on these tattoos.
Yes. It came up a couple more times as we were dating, and I decided to book the tattoos as a surprise, Your Honor.
So you booked the tattoo appointment as a surprise.
Correct.
You found the tattoo shop and the
I
artist?
did. Yes, Your
How
Honor.
did you find it?
Social media, I follow a lot of tattoo artists who live in our area who are very talented, and a lot of thought went into it. I didn't put any money down on the reservation though, so all of the payment took place on the day that we did get tattoos.
Okay.
So there was no need for him to commit to anything because payment was not done until the tattoos were done.
All right. And so, Mr. Crawford, I want to bring you in here. What is your response to Ms. Harmon's assertions so far?
I believe there's a huge misunderstanding and misrepresentation. She did bring up the tattoo idea about 6 months in. That time is the only time that she ever brought up price of splitting a bill. We had no actual plans of when we'd be getting tattoos. I was always hesitant about it because I do not have any tattoos, or well, I didn't have any before. Something about that permanence kind of makes me nervous. It's like, as an artist, I like put my stuff on a wall, and if I don't want it anymore, you go sell it or get rid of it. So
Right. So when she approached you about getting the tattoo and you weren't quite sure, were you in your mind not knowing if the relationship was going to continue, or was it just about the fact that I don't really have any tattoos and I don't want to do this?
it's more about the tattoos.
All right. And so when she surprised you and said, we're going to get tattoos, what was your response?
Honestly, I was a little shocked. I didn't expect that to be coming. I was a bit nervous, because even though we had the drawings, that was something of, hey, if we ever get them, this would be a cool thing. This represents, and like, I was very passionate about her, very much in love with her. I'm a very shy, reserved person, but I'm very passionate, fiery, and whenever I'm around her, I always get this feeling of like warmth in my chest. So it's
Okay,
like
this
that
is
fire
lovely.
kind of
Are y'all
represents
still
that.
together?
Unfortunately not, Your Honor.
Oh, all right. So the tattoos broke you up?
Essentially, yes. Unfortunately, we just could not come to an agreement after it was said and done. On the day that we got our tattoos, he suggested that I pay on my cash rewards. I have a credit card that gives me rewards every time I pay. So he suggested that I use the card to pay for the entire tattoo purchase. And when that was done, he agreed in front of another person that he would pay me back and refund me.
And did you talk about the prices after you got the tattoos or before? Because I'm looking at the receipt now. They weren't cheap.
No, Your Honor.
$770.
Right.
All right, so at the point, did you know the price before you sat down to start getting the tattoo?
No, Your Honor.
Well, who does that?
Coming up,
Does anybody have a tattoo out here? So when you go get your tattoo, they don't really tell you the full price before you sit down?
Depending on most artists, it's gonna be an estimate.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Emmy-nominated We the People with Judge Lauren Lake. We're back with the case of Sienna Harmon, who is in a dispute with Adrian Crawford over the cost of an anniversary tattoo.
So the artist was able to give us an estimate, but there was no exact price.
Why wasn't it?
Because, you know, depending on time and detail, things change, especially with size and placement. So.
Is that how they do it? I don't have a tattoo. Gallery, is that how they do it? You don't get the foot. Does anybody have a tattoo out here? All right. Okay, we've got tattoo people. So when you go get your tattoo, they don't really tell you the full price before you sit down. They say it's going to be depending on how it all ends up at the end.
Depending on most artists, it's gonna be an estimate.
Really? So it can fluctuate.
It generally shouldn't change a bunch, but it could easily be like, oh, this one part was really hard for me to do and we took longer, so then it can up it.
So it could be based on time or intricacy or anything, so it may change.
And some people decide to ask for numbing cream or something, or numbing spray.
That makes sense. So then that's an additional fee. Thank you for that. See, that's the importance of the gallery because they are the community. Now we've got that answer. All right. So when you sat down, did you think you were paying?
No, Your Honor. I honestly thought that this was going to be an anniversary gift. I did not know about her wanting to split the bill until we were given the bill in front of to make our payment. And then she's like, okay, are you going to pay for your half? And I'm like, wait, what?
And then you say, because you feel nervous, what?
One, I didn't have the funding for that much anyway. So I'm like, you know, how about you get it with your card so you can get the rewards? And she said, okay, she agreed to that. And I figured we'll discuss about that payment situation when we got home. Because I'm like...
You were taken aback?
Yes, Your Honor.
So when you got home, what happened, Ms. Harmon?
So I did go home with him and we took pictures of the tattoos and I posted them to my social media. You can see that mine is right there on my right leg and his is on his chest above his heart. I wanted to keep things light, so the night of, obviously we just celebrated our anniversary, and then the next day I did bring it up to him. Of course, because it was a romantic occasion, price was not something that I was wanting to, you know, disturb him about, but it was more about the commitment that he had verbally made to me, saying that he would reimburse me for that half of the tattoo.
He said he would help you out. Did he say, I will give you the half of the...
He said that he would pay his half to me after and reimburse me electronically.
All right.
So we were going to split the cost of the tattoos. Mine ended up being slightly more than his, I believe. It was around $400 and his was around $300, but we did agree to split the cost 50-50 previously when we had discussed this a long time ago. And then when we were purchasing the tattoos, he also said, I will pay you back for my half, Your Honor.
All right, I want to go to this text message exchange. Here, it says, hey, can we settle the tattoo thing? You still owe me $385. I don't owe you that. We agreed to split. I thought it was your anniversary gift. Oh, please, we planned that together and both made designs. You were pushing it way more. You told me to put it on my card and you'd get me back. Yeah, so we wouldn't argue in front of the artist. That wasn't me agreeing to pay half. You agreed before we went and you know it. You have my design on your body and you're acting like this wasn't mutual. Well, I didn't even really want it, Sienna. Then why'd you do it? Because it was important to you. Just pay me already. Can you send me the money so we can be done? Dang, went straight to the breakup. I'm not paying for something I didn't agree to. You did. Okay, so y'all just going back and forth about this tattoo. Anybody else have anything to say before I rule?
Yes, Your Honor, just for extra verification, it's like, other than her doing the tattoos as a gift, it's like I also came up with my own thing for the anniversary. So it's a 1 year thing.
What was your plan for the anniversary?
So for the anniversary, I said I was kind of low on funds. She really loves vegetarian pizza, but I took her to a nice Italian place where they made like a really good deep dish thing for her. Brought her these lilies. It's one of her favorite flowers. I tried to get green ones, kind of slightly go off her eyes.
Okay, so you had a nice day planned.
Yeah, and then
it doesn't cost a lot to have a beautiful anniversary date.
Yeah, and then I recited a poem for her.
Oh, can you recite it now?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, I would love to hear it.
I have a copy of it I wrote in.
Oh, just happened to bring it.
I wasn't sure which evidence I would need, so I'm like, you know, this is what I did for her.
Oh, I'd love to hear the poem. I love poetry.
Yeah, so it was a sonnet.
Oh.
Illuminating ambulance on a path ventured only by those who dare. Braved by Athena, I challenge wrath to feel the gravity of your stare. The oceans swell with their pain, the energies for which I would live my life. Of infinite bliss with you I swear, Hades himself couldn't take me with strife. Elysium's gift is underwhelming fare, compared to the passion of your care. And then I look forward, and after that I just wrote an ending note that I look forward to a future with you. It's like Sienna, darling, each day with you, my heart ships in at your sight. I love you.
Wow. Well, that was beautiful. I mean, that was just lovely. I'm trying to figure out if you did all that, you trying to get tattoos, why'd you all break up so quick?
Coming up.
So originally he was going to pay me back and was agreeing to pay me back, just having to wait for the friends to pay back the $500.
Were you saying that?
I let her know that I didn't even have the funding because I was short the $500 that I gave to my friend to help him with rent.
All right.
You're watching Emmy-nominated We the People with Judge Lauren Lake. We're back with the case of Sienna Harmon, who is in a dispute with Adrian Crawford over the cost of an anniversary tattoo.
Unfortunately, while this money was not able to be repaid to me, was because he was actually loaning out money to a friend of his for some sort of rent payment, I believe. So he did loan $500 right before we had our anniversary, and so he was able to make a loan of $500, and apparently that was his excuse for not being able to. So originally he was going to pay me back and was agreeing to pay me back, just having to wait for the friends to pay back the $500.
Were you saying that?
I let her know that I didn't even have the funding because I was short the $500 that I gave to my friend to help him with rent.
I don't even know if he wanted to pay for the tattoos because he deserved the opportunity to say to you, while I someday want to get these tattoos, right now my money is funny. I loaned a friend some money. This wouldn't be my financial priority right now, is to invest almost $400 in tattoos that we could get anytime. But he didn't have that opportunity. Then you put him on the spot as a man in front of the tattoo place, like, go ahead and cough up the money. Well, what if he don't have it? Now he's embarrassed. And so he's saying, oh, well, I'll help you out when I get totally embarrassed. And this starts a chain reaction of ultimately you all breaking up because you weren't communicating about something that was a significant financial investment, but also a permanent skin investment, right?
Correct,
That's why I
Your
don't
Honor.
have any tattoos, because I know how I am. I might like the rose today, but next month I want something else. So I know I don't need to be up with nobody's tattoo on me, because I'm going to change my mind.
Coming up,
Chivalry can't perform when your pockets is broke. If he don't have the money, how is he gonna pay for the tattoos?
you're watching Emmy-nominated We the People with Judge Lauren Lake. We're back with the case of Sienna Harmon, who is in a dispute with Adrian Crawford over the cost of an anniversary tattoo.
I've heard enough. You are suing him for breach of contract. You didn't have a contract, right? A contract requires an offer and acceptance and consideration and a meeting of the minds, and you all didn't have any of that. Because the truth is, he didn't know he was going to get a tattoo on that day until you surprised him, which is part of what you wanted to do as a special moment for the anniversary, correct?
Correct.
And so you didn't have a meeting of the minds or exchanging things because he didn't know, right?
Correct, Your
Now,
Honor.
when he sat down, got the tattoo, it was over and it was time to pay, you expected him to pay his half. Now, chivalry might suggest that he pay his half or all because it's the anniversary. But chivalry can't perform when your pockets is broke. If he don't have the money, how is he gonna pay for the tattoos?
Judge Lake's verdict when We the People returns. You're watching Emmy-nominated We the People with Judge Lauren Lake.
Ms. Harmon, it's clear to this court that you were planning an anniversary gift, but you were in the position where you hoped that this anniversary experiment was something he would want to contribute to after he had such a great time. Because you had an easy out here. You could have said, our surprise is I've made us a tattoo appointment, right? This is the ballpark cost. Are you okay with that? Do you want to go in on these tattoos together? And he could have told you then, I don't have any money, or I don't want to pay for that right now. But you didn't do it that way. He went in on it presuming that you had brought him there and you would pay. That is not a contract. That is a gift. With that said, judgment for the defendant. Your case is dismissed. Court is adjourned.
All rise.
Judge Lake has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's case is dismissed.
This didn't end up being about the money. For me, it was just about you being a man of your word, and I'm sorry that it didn't end up being that way.
I honestly thought it was a gift, and honestly, I got that just for you. It's the only tattoo I have, the only one I'll ever have.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.